So please excuse the crumpled paper. All right, so I'm going to look at section 2 now. I know some of you guys aren't done with section 1, and that's okay. But since most of us are ready to go to the next section, I'm going to go ahead and work an example for you. If you're on level 3, you guys did a fantastic job on level 3. Just quietly check in with your neighbor. I can talk over you, obviously, so that is okay. Most of us, though, need to go to section 2. So I'm going to work a couple of examples from section 2. Exactly like section 1, every problem in section 2 is carried out in exactly the same way. You have exactly the same steps. And the steps are kind of labeled for you already there, okay? So step 1, I'm going to distribute. Why am I not going to distribute that one? It's on the same side as the parentheses. Why don't I distribute right there? Yep. Oh, well, go get another one. I thought you were going to answer my question. I got excited. Yes. Okay, so I got to multiply this 4 on the outside. So remember what's happening here right now. We've got a 4n plus 1 that are trapped inside those parentheses together. And you can't just put them together because variables are a little bit racist. You can't just mix a variable. It likes to be with its own kind. You can't mix a variable with a number. So that 4n plus 1, there's nothing you can do with it right now. So we got to jailbreak them. We got to get them out of there. How are we going to accomplish that? Their buddy on the outside of the prison is going to break them out of there by using that distributive property. Remember, distributing is the big kid word for multiplication. So we're going to take that 4 and we're going to multiply it by the 4n. So that's going to be 16n. Then we're going to take the 4 and multiply it by the 1. 4 times 1 is 4, so that will give me a plus 4. So step 1, distribute / multiply. I'm not sure. I'll have to go looking for that. I'm not positive. I think so, but give me a minute to look. Okay, every single problem in section 2 also has the same second step. So step 1, jailbreak it. Get that 4n and that 1 out of the parentheses by multiplying. Now I'm going to bring the whole rest of the equation down first to do step 2. Everybody has the same step. We're going to simplify, and we're going to simplify by combining like terms. Every problem in section 2, after you distribute, you've got like terms to combine. What are the like terms that are in this particular equation? Somebody help me. Somebody help me. What are those like terms right there? What's the same thing? 16n. Thank you. Thank you. So we've got that 16n and that 3n that need to be combined because they're on the same side of the equal sign. You are not going to do this. I've seen people doing this all day long, and I'm over it. Okay? Well, I'm not over it because I'm not mad at you. You're trying. Okay? They're on the same side, so you don't cancel them out. Instead, you combine them. 3n plus 16n is 19n. So then I'm going to bring down the rest of the equation. So step 1, distribute. Step 2, simplify for every problem in this section. That leads me to step 3. Step 3 is to finally isolate that variable. So we've got to cancel stuff out now. So I've got that 19, I've got that plus 4. Remember, we are not going to do that. Okay? Oh yeah, when I write something in red, it's not right. Okay? So we're not doing that. 19 sitting next to the variable means multiply. What is the opposite of multiplying? It's not subtraction. It's dividing. Exactly. So I'm not going to do that. And I could technically divide everything by 19, but I'm not going to do that right now because you got to divide everything by 19. Who wants to do 4 divided by 19? Not me, okay? So instead, I'm going to go the easier route, and I'm going to cancel out the plus 4 first with a minus 4. So I'm going to cancel. I'm going to cancel that plus 4. I've got to remember to do it on both sides. 137 minus 4 is 133. I'm going to bring that down. And I need to cancel that 19 you've already established by division. So if I divided correctly, I think I get n is equal to 7, right? Yeah. Yeah, don't believe me just because I say it, because I've been messing up and making mistakes all day. Is that right? To what, baby? 133. You forgot to subtract the 4 from both sides, sir. All right, I'm going to shut up for a minute. Give those of you guys that are doing section 2, do number 8. I'm going to work it for you in a minute, though, okay?
I did number 9. I'm going
So,
down.
hey, I don't care. That's great. As long as you're doing it, I got no struggles with what order you do it in. Thank you, though.
Is that right?
Exactly like number 7, same kind of steps, tiny difference. You're going to distribute, combine like terms, and cancel. I'll be right back with you. Number 10. I'll answer your question first thing as soon as I get done with number 10. All right. So my first step is I got to jailbreak that 1 minus 5n. We can't put them together the way they are. So they got to use their little buddy, this 8 here on the outside, in order to cancel, or I'm sorry, in order to distribute, my bad, and get them out of there. So 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times negative 5n is a minus 40n. I'm not doing anything with this yet. I just need to bring it down. Okay. So step 1, just like the first one, was distribute. The next step is basically the same. We are simplifying. We are looking at the like terms on the same side of the equal sign. You are not going to cancel. They're on the same side. So you're just going to put them together. 4 minus 40 is negative 36. Negative 36n. 4, take away 40. You only have $4, but you take 40 out of your account, you're going to be in the negative, right? Now I'm going to bring down that 8. So I did step 1, distributed. Step 2, I combined my like terms. Step 3, I am going to cancel. I'm going to isolate that variable. How am I going to get rid of that plus 8? With a minus 8. And I need to do it on both sides. So that's going to cancel. Bring down. Don't forget there's a negative in front of that 36n. What I do on one side, of course, I need to do on the other side. That is not going to be negative 200. If you've got negative 208, but you are going down 8 more, that's actually getting more negative, okay? That's getting more negative. So it's going to be negative 216. Last but not least, divide both sides by negative 36. N is equal to, it's positive 6, right? Yeah. Okay. So that should be all you need to get through section 2. If it's not, of course, I will help you. But all the problems in section 2 are just like that. 11 and 12 on the second page or on the next page are also just like that. I'm going to work a couple in section 3, but I'm going to give you a little bit more time to work first. So we should be working on going back and doing that section 2 in a short amount of time. We're going to talk about section 3. 2, homework. Yeah, I'm not trying to kill you, brother. I'm just trying to get you to practice. So your goal is to get through here for homework for those of you guys. So I'm going to show you how to do a couple of them. So I'm going to give you an example from section 3 so that you can go home. And I'm going to load this video so that you can go back and look at it too. Okay, so number 13. Notice the section doesn't say anything about distributing. There's no parentheses on there, so there's nothing for you to distribute. It also doesn't say anything about simplifying because you don't have any like terms to put together. Because on this side of the equation, 3m and a 5. Those are not like terms. I can't put them together, right? Over on this side, 1 plus 2m. I can't put them together. So this section doesn't say simplify because there's nothing to simplify. All we're going to do is isolate, and this is your big idea that I would probably write down. One of those variables needs to go. You can't isolate a variable if you got two of them. Now, it doesn't matter which variable you get rid of. You can get rid of either variable that you want. Personally, I get rid of the one that has the smaller coefficient because it keeps me from having to deal with negatives, but that's just me, okay? So, this is what you're not going to do, though. You're not going to do that. If you do that, that cancels out the 2, but it still leaves the m. You don't want the m there. You want the whole thing gone. So what you need to do is cancel out that plus 2m with a negative 2m. Correct. I know. Now, just like numbers, if I take a number 2 away from one side, I have to take it away from the other side. Variables work the same way. If I take 2m away from the left, I got to take 2m away from the right-hand side as well. But only take it away from the m, okay? Because you can't do a 5 minus a m. So that's going to cancel. I'm going to bring down the 1. Right here, if I have 3 m's, but I take away 2 of them, how many m's do I have left over? 1. So 1m is really the same thing as just a plain old m, okay? And don't forget that negative 5 that's kind of been chilling out. Hasn't really been doing anything yet either. So my m is not quite isolated all the way. I need to get rid of that minus 5, which you guys can do in your sleep at this point. How do I get rid of a minus 5? With a plus 5. So that's going to leave me with 6 is equal to m. So everybody working on section 3. I'm going to shut up for like 2 minutes, give you a chance to do number 14, send you home and ask you to do 15 through 18 on your own. So try number 14. I'm going to be right back, though, to give you the answer to make sure that you got it good before you try to do it on your own tonight. 15 really quickly before we got to go. All right. So there's no distributive to do. There's no like terms to combine because we don't have the same terms on both sides. So we just need to cancel out a variable. It doesn't matter what you cancel out, but I would get rid of the x. How do I get rid of an x, people working on level 2? What's the opposite of a positive x? A negative x, exactly. Okay? So if I subtract x from one side, I got to subtract x from the other side, but it needs to be subtracted from the x. You can't do an 11 minus a x. So if I had 4 x's and I take away one of them, that gets me 3x minus 11. The x's on the right-hand side canceled, so that just leaves me with a 1. Now we're down to something you can do in your sleep. Get rid of the minus 11 with a plus 11 on both sides. That cancels, leaves me with a 3x. 1 plus 11 is 12. Divide both sides by 3. X is equal to 4. So if you are a level 3 person, no homework. You did all of it.